Good morning! Another rainy day here in Hershey, but that's nothing compared to the storms that were brewing on Twitter this week. So yes, there was some interesting discussion this week on Twitter about people copying other people's YouTube videos and titles and stuff like that. It kind of started out as that, but it kind of took a much more personal approach, and some people were being attacked, which was not fair. There's some small YouTubers that were attacking some big YouTubers, and it just kind of got ugly. But since this is YouTube and we have this format and this platform to kind of vlog and say our feelings about things, here's mine. Okay, so there were a couple main points that were discussed this week, and I say discussion because it really kind of did start as a discussion, I think, and then just because of the way some people play, it got a little bit ugly. And of course, those people who were being pointed at needed to retaliate, absolutely. So, but it was a discussion, so we're going to go with that. And there were a couple points that I want to hit on, so I want to make sure I cover them all, so we're going to take our time and go through this slowly. Point number one. Many people live in the same area and are going to vlog about the same locations and things that go on in that area. Okay, so for example, we live in Hershey. It's a great town that has a lot to offer, and there's many people who live both in town and who come in to visit the vlog because there's a lot of things to do, and we welcome it. No one owns Hershey as far as the vlogging community is concerned. But it's one thing to come and make a vlog about something in town with your own original idea and things that you've come up with and putting it all together in a cool vlog, and it's quite another to copy somebody's exactly. So let's talk about two separate things, one called inspiration and one called copying. Okay. Inspiration is whenever you see or read something and then it moves you to maybe do something similar to that, what you've just read or were inspired by. So you could maybe see a vlog about something that happened at Disney World and say, ooh, I want to go to Disney, I want to make my own vlog. That's being inspired. But you're going to be creative and you're going to come up with your own ideas. Copying is whenever you see something and instead of coming up with your own original idea to be inspired to make your own content, you copy exactly what they've done. So that means that you do exactly what you've seen, you follow exactly what you've seen, you film exactly what you've seen, and you probably even try to make yourself look exactly like the people that you're copying. That's not okay, and it's kind of weird. Which leads us to point number two. Be original. So here's the thing, there are a lot of great creators on YouTube who make original videos every day, but there are also a lot of people who notice those awesome individual original creations and feel like that the only way they're going to get monetized or create money is to mimic the same thing. So I guess it has to be about the money. It has to be that certain people have gotten to a point where they are monetized and they're making some serious cash. It has to be that there are people out there who are making original content and because of the views and the response that they're getting are now at a platform where they can be monetized. They've made this their job, their career. That's great. Part of being on YouTube is the ability to be able to do that. So good for those people. What's not cool is that people who mistake inspiration for copycat and try to make the same exact kind of content and aren't even original in where they go, what they do. Doing it in your own way is going to get you the views and get you the followers that you're looking for, and you're going to build a nice base and nice relationships with people. Yes, that's all part of it. It all goes with it. The other big thing with being original is also being true to who you are, which brings us to point number three. Be consistent. So you have a responsibility to your followers to let them know where you stand in certain positions with things. And that's fine, but you need to stay consistent. You can't be wishy-washy. For example, you can't go on social media and say things like, just post great content, people will follow you. People will follow you if you post great content and you're true to yourself and all stuff like that. And then make it a point to be constantly hounding people about subscribing to your channel. It really doesn't work like that. So if people want to follow you, they'll follow you. You can keep putting stuff out there, use your tags, use your hashtags, use whatever, advertise on all the different social media platforms to get your stuff out there. Yeah, it's just not fair to be like, subscribers don't matter, and then constantly be like, I'm only this far away from this, I'm only this far away from that, I'm only this far away. And I'm not talking about people who are like reaching major milestones. Like, yeah, when you hit the first 100, great. When you hit that first 500, great. When you hit 1,000, great. I'm talking like every 50 to 25 people that are added to your thing. They're so close to this, we're so close to this, we're so close to this, we're so close to this. Like, it gets really redundant. I'm not going to follow that person because apparently all that matters to them is subscribers and getting views. So they're not using the platform the way it's supposed to be used.
But if that's your thing, that's okay. If you want to use YouTube as a platform just for getting subscribers, just for getting views, and you want to push it that way, that's fine. But stay consistent and say, all I really want here is views. All I really want here are subscribers. That's it. That's all you have to do. People will understand. People are going to side with you one way or the other. So it's cool. Don't worry about it. But you can't consistently flipping and flopping, saying it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. It does matter, it does matter, it does matter. So be consistent. Which brings us to our last and final point for this blog, which is to just be kind. You would think I wouldn't have to bring attention to that should just be a given, but sadly it's not. There were two big words this week. The first word is trolling. So I'm actually gonna like Urban Dictionary trolling to see what it says. Okay. So Urban Dictionary's definition of trolling is actually pretty good. The art of deliberately, cleverly, and secretly pissing people off, usually by way of the internet, using dialogue. Trolling does not mean just making rude remarks. Shouting swear words at someone doesn't count as trolling. It's just flaming and isn't funny. Spam isn't trolling either. It makes people angry, but it's lame. The most essential part of trolling is convincing your victim that either A, you truly believe in what you are saying, no matter how outrageous, or B, giving your victim malicious instructions under the guise of help. Trolling requires deceiving. Any trolling that doesn't involve deceiving someone isn't trolling at all. It's just stupid. As such, your victim must not know that you are trolling. If he does, you are an unsuccessful troll. Signs that your trolling is successful. Your victim screaming in all caps at you. Personal attacks. Being an internet tough guy. Making a crude remark before quickly logging off before you can retort. That's a big one. Signs that your trolling is unsuccessful. Your victim identifying you as a troll, identifying yourself as a troll, your efforts being ignored, and being counter-trolled. So, in essence, trolling is being nasty in a clever way so that the people that you're trolling, it's enough to get under their skin, but maybe not necessarily everybody else thinks that that's... okay. Great. All right, so the other big word this week was doxing. I'm curious to see what the Urban Dictionary definition of doxing, because it's not cool. So their definition of doxing by way of name dropping is document doxing. It's publicly exposing someone's real name or address on the internet who has been taking pains to keep them secret. And so a lot of people, especially big YouTubers, will now use like a screen name, kind of like a stage name like actors and actresses do, to prevent people from knowing their real personal information. The internet is a scary place, and to do that is actually a pretty smart decision. They don't have to give out that information if they don't want to. And it's not necessary, and it's certainly not cool of other people to be dropping that kind of information as a way of trolling. Did I just pull it all together? All right, cool. Yeah, so the main point here is to just be kind people. It's sad that people are trying to grow their YouTube channels by way of knocking other people down. See, there's a small YouTube community and there's a big YouTube community. It's the same with anything else. I mean, there's always going to be the little guy and there's always going to be the big guy. But in this situation, I don't see the big guys being nasty to the small guys. So, and if it's a means that the small people feel they need to make themselves look bigger by knocking the big people down, it's really disappointing. Very disappointing. So, my hope for the YouTube community is that everybody can benefit from each other, but you definitely don't need to knock each other down by being nasty. And if somebody retaliates against trolling, that's not them being mean, that's them protecting themselves, and that's okay. My hope is that everybody sees everything for what it is, and that they're not blindsided by somebody's comments about how one part is better than the other. It's not. It's not how it goes. It's not the way it works. But having been in that situation, having been that person who's been knocked down a few times, you better believe I'm going to stand up for what's right. And if I think that there's something that is not okay, I'm going to support where I think the right is. That's how I am. It's what I've learned. That's who I want to be. That's who I want to be known for. I want to be known for somebody that's going to support what is right. I'm not going to be somebody who is known as wishy-washy or playing both sides of the fence. I want to continue to see creators who are going to make great content, original content. They're going to put it out there, and it's for everybody. We're all there for the same reason. The reason we keep going back to the big YouTubers that we do is because their stuff is original, it's fresh, it's exciting, and now we're at a point now where we look forward to getting those notifications, like they uploaded a new video about something, because maybe that's something we want to do. Maybe that's something we'd like to see. Maybe that's somewhere we'd like to go. Maybe we just like them, and maybe that's okay. There's something about them that our interaction with them is positive. They're kind, they're nice, they're supportive. They say thank you for supporting us. It means a ton. It means the world. that they have supporters, and we feel it's genuine, and that's important. So, okay. Hey guys, okay, so it's Saturday. I've had a little bit of time to process everything I was talking about yesterday, and I looked over the footage of everything that I was talking about, and I don't know, I kind of feel like maybe I've got one more thing to say. Okay, so one of the main points I wanted to hit on yesterday that I completely forgot about was this whole thing about, my thing is that, so, and everything that was going on this week and what was going on Twitter and back and forth, here's my point on this. You can't pick on somebody else, and then when they retaliate back to you, then you start playing a deck of cards that you have for things that are reasons why this person doesn't like you. That doesn't work. So if somebody is choosing to like outright just bully you, and they're going to pick certain things that they're going to pick apart about you or about your family or anything that you do and stuff like that, yeah, that's discrimination or prejudice or whatever you want to call it. But whenever you choose to start the war with somebody and then have them come back at you to say how they feel about what you started, you can't say they don't like you based on something about you. That's not cool. All these rules for etiquette, I really hope that people are paying attention to and that they're going to apply to their own vlogs and their own channels and their own videos that they make, because it really would make for a much more peaceful environment. Do you think anybody wants to go out there to have this kind of trouble? No, not one bit. And the people who are getting targeted and aimed at on both sides, like, I mean, if it's big people doing it to small people, if the small people doing it to big people, nobody wants to be bullied whatsoever. And you can't use any ammunition that you have in your back pocket against somebody else when you started that trouble in the first place. Make sense? All right, well, those have been my views on everything that as far as what's going on with how people are treating each other. I just hope people be kind, and I just hope that people are nice. And I go to YouTube to watch people's fun adventures, and I go to YouTube to see what people are doing to be creative. Inspiration, not being a copycat. I hope that everybody else can do the same, and I hope that it can be one great big community that everybody really can learn from and feed off of each other. That's a very positive thing. So to all those people out there that are making awesome content, keep doing that. To all the creators, if you're coming just to start trouble, see ya, we don't want you. Okay, so to all the people out there that are making great content, please keep posting your videos. We keep wanting to see them. Please tweet them out. Please let us know that you're doing that. We're following along. We're subscribing. We're liking. We're sharing. So we're eager to see what's come up with next. We're moving into the summer. There's lots of fun things about to happen this season. Look for things that we're doing. We're doing a lot in Hershey this year. Hershey Park is open. We've got the Hershey Story. We've got the gardens. We've got the hotel. There's so many things in town that we're ready to blog about. So, all right, guys, that's all we got. Be nice, be kind, be yourself, be original. Don't start trouble. That's it. YouTube in a nutshell. Have a good night.